Hello, this is Victor, and in this video we are going to make a look to the Imperial Knights Codex for 9th edition. So we are going to make a look at the content and what is the quality of the book and so on, and I'm going to give my opinion. I just received it, so I didn't have time to go in detail in all the rules, but I just look through it, and there are some things that for me are looking quite interesting, especially from a narrative point of view. So we are, it's not one of the thicker, so it's about 140 pages, 36 pages, okay, and as usual, hardcover, and then we have this counter cover, so a really nice book, and you will see that the artwork is also very nice as well. Yeah, we start with the cover. I don't know if it's the same cover as before, I'm not sure, sorry. Let's go to make a look what we have inside. We start with all the background. The background will be about 40 pages of background on introduction of the faction. Okay, we are going to have all with this nice artwork combined with the background. I like a lot this one, for example, to see how the pilot goes into the booth of the knight. Really nice, very indeed it's very crusader, right? Very like crusader. They like to themselves like knights, right? Like the old traditional medieval knights. So here we will have, they do the bows and all these type of things that they used to do. They like to be them as a very honorable warriors, right? So this is the background. So here we have the map. Always nice to see these maps. I like a lot. We have here the Warzone Aran. So. And then we have the explanation how the houses are structured. We have the Questor Imperialis and we have the Questor Mechanicus. Okay, we had this from the beginning of the Imperial Knight, so they are the ones that are more allied to the Mechanicum, and the other ones that are more independent. Then we have the Free Blades that are like almost like mercenaries, right? Like guys that they go along. Here we have some examples of heraldry. Sorry. Then we will start see examples of the most important houses, right? Starting with these are from the Mechanicus houses, the Questor Mechanicus. And we have the House Taranis. You can see all the ones that are allied with the Mechanicum are having this red in the heraldry and the colors. Try to avoid the glare, this way I'm holding the book like that. Okay, the House Raven. Again, red, black, grays, this is the colors of white. And then we go to the House Cadmus, and pretty sure these are we are known the Questors Imperialis. These are the House Griffith. You can see that the heraldry have changed, and now we have they will have more diversity in colors between the different houses. The House Road, House Morton, and one of the most famous one, and the one that we have seen most on the battlefield, that is the House Terry. Okay, this is maybe the most popular color schemes. And then we have the Free Blades. Okay, that are called Free Blades Long Knights, and we have then Canis Rex is one of the Free Blades. Okay. And this is what you have for the background and introduction of the faction. Then we go to the showcase, and as I can tell you, the House Sterling is one of the most popular in the artwork of Games Workshop, together with this one. This is the one of the Mechanicum houses. I don't remember exactly the name of the house. Let me check here. It's the House Raven, I think. It's the House Raven. Okay. Here's here House Raven, the one with this type of building type of iconography, and there's the House Taranis, this one here. Okay, really nice. And these are Free Blades. Okay, so yeah, we have Canis Rex. This is another Free Blade of renown, and then we have here how a force can look like fighting against the orcs. Then we go to the rules. Okay, so example of combat patrol. So combat patrol are 3 of the small guys, These are 24 power levels, and 2 of them will make you enough to play a Crusade game. Then we have, here we see this nice artwork. Again, so this artwork is not new really from this book, but it's really, they're really nice artwork. I love the artwork of the Imperial Knights. Of course, they will have the detachment abilities, okay? And yeah, and you have to be careful, because depending if you are Questor Imperialis or Questor Mechanicus or Freeblade, you will have different rules or layers of rules, okay? Because we have the noble households, and we start with the Terrin, the Griffith, Canmus, House Road, and House Morton, and then we have the noble households of the Mechanicus. Okay, and then we have the Raven, Taranis, Kvast, Vulcar, and then we have you have the martial traditions, that if your noble household does not have an associated household tradition, on page 66, you must instead select one of the martial traditions for it from here. In addition, Freeblade units from your army must also have a martial tradition from the list here. If your army includes Canis Rex, he must have. Okay, so this is in case you want to make your own house, noble house, or you have Freeblades. Okay, if you need to have a Freeblade, you can take one of these abilities, one of the ones that you have here. Okay, so it's like all the other codexes. So you have the subfactions, and then you have the way to make your own subfaction if you want to create your own background. And then we have the traditions, and this is this I think it's, let me just check one thing. Yeah, these are the Question martial traditions, and you have here more traditions. So these are more of them, and these are the Freeblade martial traditions. I'm pretty sure these are the martial, and the other one are the Imperial. So depending if you want to make your, so these are the Imperialis, you have the martial, and then the Freeblades have to take from this list. Okay, so as I said, it's important to know to who you are allied, if it's to the Imperialis, to the Mechanicus, or if you are a Freeblade. You have stratagems, okay, and you will see that some of them are you will have stratagems that for all of them. You will have stratagems that for, like this one, using stratagems when a Questor Mechanicus model is shooting, okay? This is for Imperial Knights vehicles, so all of them. So you have to be careful, because not all the stratagems are for all of them. So depending on the type of Imperial Knight that you're using, but also depend on your if you are Questor Mechanicus, or if you are Questor Imperialis, or if you are a Freeblade, okay? So you will have different type of, depending on if you are mechanical, on depending on the, what you have choose as your alliance, right, as your subfaction. Then you have the Exalted Corps. So this is a way to create a type of hierarchy into your knights. It's a very cavalry type of mindset. Okay, so you have the High Monarch, and then you have the Master of Justice, and then you have the Monarch Sword, and the Herald, and the Gatekeeper. So it's like you are back to the Middle Age, and then it costs some points on power levels, and you give some abilities here. Okay, if your army is Battle Forge and includes any Imperial Knight detachments, then when you master your army, with the exception of Freeblades, you can upgrade a Questor class character or a Dominus class character model in your army to be member of the Exalted Corps, and then you gain that. Okay. If you play Crusade, most likely you need to win this in the Crusade game. So I did not check that yet, but you can see, depending what you choose, you will have different odds and abilities. If you are a Freeblade, then you have here different rules for the few blades. Okay, so few blades are exiles, nobles, either cast out from their houses or undertaking some self-imposed quest of penance. Okay, so few blade lands is an army of renown. So it's an army of renown. So you have few blade lands. All units in your army must be few blades. All units in the army gain the few blade lands keyword, and you have access to few blade lands, warlord traits, relic stratagems, and then you have the few blade lands models in your army game. So it's an army of renown. It's the first time I see this inside of a codex. Normally these are I have seen them more on the I forgot to read here, right? You see more this in White Dwarf, so it's interesting that they start incorporating this. I think it's a nice thing. And then these are for the few blades. Okay, so they have their own thing. And then we go to the army rules and we go to the relics. Okay, and these are the different relics for the Imperial Knights. Okay, you can see you have some relics here for the Imperial Knights as well as the Warlord traits and the Knightly teachings. This is new, okay? Yeah, you have to have a mentor, so it's part of the new rules. They have created a lot of rules that you have the leader that is like a mentor, and then you have the small knights that are following the mentor, and they give some buffs and debuff between them. Then we have the chapter approved, so these are the new secondary objectives for the Imperial Knights. And then we go to the Crusade rules, and the Crusade rules, they look quite interesting to me, because you have this sworn to a quest, so you have a lot of things, a lot of layers of rules here to use. Again, Warhammer is starting to have too many layers of rules sometimes, so you have to really remember a lot of things. But they also, on the other side, they make the armies very characterful, right? So you can add a lot of, you can add your character to the army, and you can create your quest, and you can make that your army, Imperial Knight army, is different from other Imperial Knight armies, and then you choose your quest and so on. So I like this part. The drawback is that you will have a lot of rules, right? And then you have here, different rules. I did not have time to go through them, but you can see that you will have different rules that you will have access while your force is progressing in the Crusade campaign. Okay, and as well, of course, you will have your own agendas and requisitions and Crusade relics as all the other armies. But they always create this. This is like the Drukhari have the Komorach thing, and these guys have the quest and all these qualities things there that as well different. And what is interesting is they also have their own battle traits. Okay, you have your own specific battle traits, and then you have your own specific battle scars. Okay, and then here you have an example of Crusade army. It's not going to be or 2 big guys, or 1 big guy and 3 small, or 6 small guys. Because if you know the points, well, we have now the data sheets. This is not a new thing. During the battle, you have to choose an oath, and depending on the oath, you have to like an objective to accomplish during your turn. If you don't accomplish the objective, you are dishonored, and if you complete the objective, you are honored. And then if you win a lot of honor, then you will have a lot special abilities. So if you are dishonored, you start having debuffs and problems. So it's quite interesting, these mechanics. And then as I say, we go now to the army list, and we start with the 2 small, the Helverig and the Warglaive, so the 2 army girls. These are 8 power levels. Okay, then you will see the next ones are around the 20 something, right? Knight Errant 23, the Warden. So the Errant is the one with the can have the thermal cannon. Okay, and then you have this guy with the Gatling Avenger cannon. Okay. Then the Crusader is the one that have the, you can see it's 26, is the one that have the 2 shooting options. And I think the Errant, no, I don't know if they have put them together, no or not. Because normally the Errant and the guy with the battle cannon, the rapid shooting battle cannon, they go together. Here you have, this is the, have the Gatling Avenger cannon, and then the thermal cannon that you can change it by the, normally by the, this is the, with the rapid shooting battle cannon. This is the Garland is the close combat one. Yeah, the Knight Paladin is the one is still separated. Is the one that has the rapid fire battle cannon. The Knight Castellan is one of the big ones. Okay. This one is 31 points power levels, and then the Knight Balan is the other big one. And the Preceptor is the same as the Canis Rex, is the one that has this type of a special weapon that is the last impulsor. So this is what you have in this book. And then we have, of course, the weapon profiles and the points for everything, and a little bit of glossary of the rules. So this is what you have in the Imperial Knights. So a lot of things, a lot of layers of rules, a lot of options to personalize. And if we think a little bit how this started. The Imperial Knights started with one single unit. With 2 units. They used to have only 2 units: the Knight Errant and the Knight Paladin. Okay, this was the starting point some years ago of the Imperial Knights. Over time, they have more kits. It's a pity that I would have loved to see a new Imperial Knight for this launch, but yeah, we have seen them more on the Chaos. So we also I will review as well the Chaos Knights, and you will see that they still have a lot of knights that are the same, but they start having more and more differences between them. Okay, it's not just one is Chaos and the other one is just, and they have more differences as well. They have a lot of differences in the rules here, right? Because the Chaos Knights are playing in a different style versus the Imperial Knights. So these guys are like, you have to think them like as the is the Bretonnians of the 40,000 in a way, right? These are the guys that have the oath and the quest, and they fight for the honor, and they are in this cavalry type of orders, and yeah, they are like they try to think themselves very honorable warriors on the battlefield. Although they are on a strong machine, right? So that's all for now. So I hope you have enjoyed this review and this chat about the Imperial Knights. Let me know what do you think about this faction. I think it's being very solid into Warhammer 40,000, and I think now with the small Imperial Knights that we had for a while, it's much easier, much flexible, and easy to adapt. I see that people is playing more with the small ones than with the big ones. Let's see what is going on for the future, but I'm thinking if I will play them in Crusade campaign, because I really love the miniatures and I really love the type of background they have. That's all for now. As usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.